Yes, Lighthouse Angel, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me today for this reading. I went ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading. I'm going to pull one more card and get some messages from the Lighthouse box. And if you're new to my channel, on this channel, we focus on taking you from zero to hero in your own life, giving you the tools and information that you need to grow and expand and become in alignment with the best version of yourself, and always keeping the divine number one, okay? So the first two cards that came out here is number 40. It says, you are worthy. You are worth it all, my love. Okay. And then we have Desert Passage. Trust that there's a divine plan here. And what I'm getting is you're worthy of what's being aligned for you. Maybe you're doubting the path, but I feel like the divine is leading you out of a desolate place here, okay? Leading you to the sun. And I feel like the divine has been showing you pieces of this plan through visions, dreams, signs. But you're being led out of this desert where there's nothing growing. I'm hearing nothing for you. Okay? So trust the plan is what I'm getting. Trust the plan. Okay. Let's see what else. Never-ending story. Okay. Yeah. This never-ending story, number 37, is also number 10. I feel like this is the cycle that's closing. Okay? Maybe you've been in this desert or on this path where you felt like nothing's happening and you've been up in your head. Okay? That story is coming to an end here. Okay? So if things have been stagnant, not moving, feeling like maybe you felt like you're going to be in this desert forever, you know. But I feel like the divine is paving a way here, which is why you need to trust the plan, okay? And know that the time of being up in your head, stuck, wondering, is this story going to ever end, right? It's ending here. Because someone's coming in. I'm hearing someone believes in you, sees your worth, right? And they're part of this plan here, this divine plan. Okay, so let's get some messages from the compass box to see if we can get more information. Okay. All right. I'm also getting, it's time to release any worries, doubts, or fears about this path, this plan that the divine has for you here. Okay, maybe you're concerned that it's going to be more like the past, okay? It's not. That story, that cycle has come to an end. For nothing is impossible with God. Luke 1:37. Yeah. Which is why you've got to trust this plan, okay? And believe in the impossible here. The unseen. Maybe you're seeing signs. Maybe the divine is showing you a path or a way, and you're doubting it, thinking that, oh, that's impossible, right? But nothing's impossible with God here, okay? Who is leading this journey that you're on here? Affirm it and declare it. Today is the beginning of the best days of my life. From now on, only good comes to me, good things, good people, good opportunities, good health, and good times. Believe it and receive it. I declare it cannot be otherwise. Yeah. Maybe this is what you feel is impossible, that you will come into good things, good people, good opportunities, good health, and good times. And that's why the previous cycle that you were in kept you like this, right? Always up in your head, right? But this is what you're worthy of now. And you need to declare this. Good times, good people, good opportunities, good health, good times. That would be a affirmation that I would be saying today, right? I'm coming into good times, good people, good opportunities, good health. Okay. Raising that vibration. Every moment is a fresh beginning. Yeah, this is going to be a fresh beginning for you, right? And it's going to feel like it's impossible, but you're worthy of this. Okay? You're worthy of this. I just heard your insight is clear. You have your insight is clear. So if you're feeling or questioning what you believe is true, the divine is saying you're right on what you're thinking. Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. Okay. Yeah. And you're somebody that walks in truth here. Maybe you got misjudged in the past. You know, maybe that was a never-ending story. That cycle is done here. And now God needs you to believe in the impossible here, which is these good times, good people, good opportunities, good health. Okay? Good things. They're all coming to you now. I just heard your character shows the truth. Okay? Let's see. Where there is no struggle, there is no strength. Yeah. Your struggles in the past made you strong, okay? They were meant to build your strength, right? And becoming in alignment with your purpose, your path. They were meant to shape you and raise your vibration, right? So you could become in alignment with the best version of yourself, so you could magnetize and attract these things into your life here. Okay? Everything has a divine purpose. Okay? So you need to have faith that this cycle is over. Okay? It was meant to build you. Okay? You're not meant to stay stuck there. It was meant to build you, right? And now you're worthy of it all. You're getting it all here. Because you chose the healing path. That's what I just heard. You chose the healing path. Love them anyway. Yeah. The people that were meant to build your strength here through past experiences, who may have forged a reputation of deceit and lies, right? The divine wants you to love them anyways, right? Love the fact that they built you and made you stronger. They didn't break you. They built your strength, your character. They showed you the truth about who you really are here. Right? And now You've learned all the lessons in this path, in this desert here, which is all part of the divine's plan. And now he's leading you out into what you're worth here, what you're in alignment with now, right? But you got to believe in the impossible here. That the divine is leading you to the impossible. Okay? For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Proverbs 23:7. Yeah. What I'm really getting with this is that the divine is leading you to your person here. Okay? Somebody who knows you're worthy of having it all here. They see your character, not your reputation. Okay? You may have had people judge you in the past or build a reputation of based on your lessons that you had to learn in the past here. Okay? But just know that it was meant to shape you and make you strong. Right? Teach you those life lessons. So you wouldn't stay stuck. You would grow and heal and evolve so you can become in the best version of yourself here. Because now that you're in a higher vibration, now that you're no longer in alignment with the people who taught you these lessons, now you're bringing in the good things, good people, good opportunities, good health, and good times here. It says, God wants you to read this. When David faced Goliath, he didn't talk about how dangerous Goliath was. He talked about the greatness of God. Don't talk fear, talk faith. David didn't look at the size of his giant. He looked at the size of his God. The giant in front of you is never bigger than the God inside of you. 1 John 4:4. Because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. David understood that it was God who fights his battles. If you're facing a giant today, the man who turned water into wine can also turn your suffering into joy. Amen if you believe. Okay, this is exactly it, okay? Maybe you've been fighting in the past what people defined you by your lessons, your past, your reputation, right? But God is fighting your battles here. And if you're facing any kind of giant, you need to have faith and believe that God is fighting that battle, okay? And he's going to turn your suffering into joy. That's why this story is coming to an end. And that's why you're coming into these good things, good people, good opportunities, good health, and good news. Okay? All right? He is going to turn your suffering into joy. But you need to believe, right? Talking faith, not fear here. Because you're going to get this new beginning. All right? And you're worthy of this. We have the Page of Cups. Okay. I'm getting that this is like a message of love here. That's what I'm getting with this. This could be from this person who sees your worth and value, sees your character, which you may feel is impossible here. Right? That you're worthy of this. I feel like this is a message of love from somebody. This could be this person here. The Hermit. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm getting is through this experiences that you've been through, these struggles that you I just heard struggles that you turned into strength, right? They've made you wiser here. You hold the lantern to the truth. That's what I just heard, because the hermit is holding a lantern here. You hold the lantern to the truth here. Okay. So don't fear that this story isn't going to end, because you see the truth of things now. Okay. But you've got to believe in the impossible. You have to believe in the unseen. Okay. Because your story is getting ready to change here. Be kind to yourself. You deserve happiness. Okay. Yeah. I feel like you're somebody who has questioned whether or not this is, am I going to reach, am I ever going to meet good people here? Or is this going to be an ever-ending story? Okay? And the divine says, this is your moment of a fresh beginning, right? You deserve happiness. You deserve it all here. You are worthy of this. I'm leading you on this passage here, leading you out of an area where nothing grows, okay? Into the impossible here. I feel like you're already in someone's heart. I'm getting this as well. Like, someone sees your character, they want to offer you a message of love here, because you're already in this person's heart. Okay? Change the world by changing yourself. Yeah, that's what you've done here. Which is why you need to be kind to yourself. You deserve this. You deserve happiness. Maybe you're feeling like, it's been so long of this never-ending story. Okay, you're wondering, like, is happiness going to show for me? Is it going to be... I also feel that I don't feel like it's happiness within yourself. I feel it's within other people here. It's really what I'm getting. But the situations of your past were meant to teach you lessons, right? And through those lessons, you chose growth. Aligning with your truth, your authenticity, right? Knowing that your character outweighs your reputation here. Okay? Because your reputation is created by what other people think about you, not truth. Okay? And you realize now that as you walk in your truth and your light here, you're becoming this change agent. Okay? Change for others, right? But you need to walk in faith, speak in faith, not in fear, right? And by doing that, you know that God inside of you and is walking with you is bigger than any giant, right? He's fighting your battles here. Right? He's going to turn your suffering into joy because you deserve this. Okay? All right. I'm going to get a message to close this up. And let's see. What do we want? What do we want here? Oh, you know what? I'm going to get a miracle mantra here. Okay? So keep being the David in your story. Okay? That's what I just heard. Keep being the David in your story. Okay? I just heard your story's not over. I deserve to take up space. Yeah. This is all about knowing your worth and your value and not shrinking into the spaces that you once felt you had to, right? Because maybe of your past, right? But now you know your truth, you know your value, and it comes with power. So I heard it comes with power. Everything I desire is already on its way. Okay, yeah. I just heard the divine is leading you there. The universe is always working in my favor. Yeah, you just need to believe in the path here. I give and receive love freely. Yeah. This person or situation, it already has, you're already in their heart, okay? And they believe in your path, and the divine is leading this, okay? Well, that's the message I have for you today. I hope it's resonated with you. I hope it gives you clarity on how you can move forward and keep believing in your path, being the David in your story here, okay? And knowing that this old cycle has come to an end here. It's over, right? You're getting this fresh new beginning of somebody who believes in your character, but you need to believe in the impossible, because this is going to be a blessing that the divine has specifically is leading you to, because you're worthy of having it all. So be kind to yourself, okay? You deserve this happiness. All right? That's the message I have for you. I hope it's resonated with you and given you clarity on your path. If not, check back tomorrow. I do daily readings Monday through Friday. But have a great Thursday, and I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.